folks, and welcome to our channel. Well, this morning's been a bit of a revelation. As you know, we've got breaking news that it's the first day at the time of filming of Russell Brand in court for various offences against women. So I came in here and said to Gary, would you like to do a reading on it? Just him. And he hummed and hard a bit. So I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll do it. So I went into my office at the back and did a reading on it and filmed it because I was just going to publish a video on my own of what I found. Is he innocent? Is he guilty? What's really behind the trial? And then you came in once I'd done some more work and stuff and actually told me that you'd done a video also.
Yeah, so I was doing my filming for the week because I generally do it over the weekend when I'm not doing the other job, and I got carried away and it got in my head. My initial thought was I'll do it as a training exercise and I'll just go with Claire and she can have a look at it and see how I did because my confidence was a bit low of it to do it this morning. But I thought, no, I'll give it a go and at least, you know, I could just press delete if it's crap. Yeah. But then we decided to swap and change and have a look, and then Claire came up with this idea.
And I was watching his video, and you're going to see this in a bit. And I was like, I think he got every single card I got. And it was like, wow. And as I'm watching this, I'm like, well, I don't really just want to put my video up because that's a bit unfair. I hate that person. I'm not a narcissist. But if we put two separate videos up, that's just going to block the algorithm and it'll trigger people, and I get that. And I was like, and we've been talking about different ideas where we can collaborate together. And I was like, oh, that is different from the psychic investigations where we sit there. So this is something new, where we're going to go into a separate room. And as you can see, he's at his desk over there with the camera facing down. I'm in the back room with the big show mic. And we're going to do separate videos on an event. We're going to look at them, put them together and see what we get. And you can see how it works when two different people in two different rooms do a reading on the same subject. And to me, that just proves the outcome. I'm not going to spoil it for you because you're going to watch it in a minute. And then we're going to come together at the end and we're going to have a discussion about what we found. And we'll try and do it. I'm not going to promise every week because you're still transitioning from your old job. But now and again, when I think we're going to hit a video, and it could even be a raw one sometimes. Yeah, so
watch out, Harry and Meghan.
Oh God, watch the videos and we'll see you in a bit.
Yep, Claire's is coming up now.
Hello folks, so Russell Brand has his first day in court today, and it's literally just flashed up on my phone that he's appearing in court and he's pleading not guilty to rape and sexual assault. So I thought I would pop on and do a reading on it, just looking at this subject. But before we do, balance our energies. I want to do this. I always do my readings through this filter, but I want to make a big thing of it for this one for various reasons. I want to do this reading from a clear perspective. I don't want any information to come through my own wounding as a woman, as a survivor, etc. Okay? And I also want people to watch it from that perspective. I don't want you to come to this and watch it as his best fan ever and not listen to anything. I don't want you to come here and watch it from wounding. I just want to let the cards speak for themselves. Okay. Let's go for it. So, show me the energy of him pleading not guilty. That's interesting. That card I wanted to drop out and I pushed it back in. It's the Five of Cups. So that is loss, pain, not looking at himself. The party's over. I also feel as well that this was a time when he was drinking and taking drugs. I am not making excuses, but it is almost like there's a fight here between the old self and the present self. Okay? So show me. He's pleading not guilty. Cards on that. Ooh, okay. These two cards came out for me when I just pulled the exact same cards. Okay. So the Devil and the Two of Pentacles. Let me just sort these cards out because, as you know, they have, when they have the mind of their own. We've got the Illusion card as well. Okay, I will read these properly. I'm just pulling. Oops. Okay, we've got the Page of Pentacles as well. I'll read them properly. Show me the energy behind him pleading guilty, please. Defense, that's his defense. Okay, fair enough. Anxiety, sleepless night, stress at the bottom. The Tower, obviously, it's going to be a shock moment. And the Moon, the internal world. One more card, the Page of Wands. This is his defense. This is his perspective of which he has a right to do. Um, got the deck out, the deck that's been gifted to me. So a card for Russell Brand, please. No, I said Russell Grant then. That's the astrologer, isn't it? Honestly. True to their word. Oh, market volatility. So it's true to their word. Trusted advisor. Bottomless money pit. Tyrannical leadership. One more card. Okay. Unresolvable differences. Right. This is the power of saying, clear my filter, clear my wounding, put that to one side, and actually just let me see the cards. Because I'm feeling with the cards, and I know this is a very problematic subject. Um, I'm feeling that, put it this way, I feel if you put a woman in his company now, I think she'd be quite safe. I personally, from what I'm seeing in these cards, wouldn't have a problem being in his company now. But I feel the past Russell Brand with the addictions and things and the stupid behavior that he was doing, possibly did things, stupid things, things he's not clear about. Do I feel as though he's the type of man to hide down alleyways and no? But there are different ways in order to do this type of crime. That's my feeling. And it's a difficult one because yes, under the influence of stuff, you can do that type of stuff. And it's this card that does it for me. It's yeah, there was a time when I was, I liked to do that kind of I as in him, not I as in me. Um, but there's also here internal work. There's still internal work that needs to be done. Um, I will be honest, when I saw these two come out privately before, they were the only two cards that came out. My initial reaction is there's two sides to it. It's not a solid story. There are some tyrants like Jimmy Savile. There are like Mohammed Al Fayed, etc., allegedly, that, yeah. But there's also situations where there's many shades of grey. And yes, if you're on the receiving end of a drunk and stupid, and I am, we've all seen the stories, it's not nice. But yeah, there is a feeling here as well that I'm feeling with him. And it's kind of shocked me of someone that's possibly done a lot of work on himself, that is having to look back on an aspect of him that even he is disgusted by, but then having to pay the price of the crime that that person has done. Sorry, I'm struggling with hormones at the minute. It's a time of month. I'm not crying. It's just I get watery eyes. Um, right. Show me who he is now. Show me Russell Brand now. Show me who he is. I want to see who he is now. I want to see his attitude towards women. Show me his attitude towards women now. in the present as he is today. In fact, as he is away from court cases, okay? Um, Queen of Pentacles is more of a respect there. Queen of Cups, which is kindness, are the two queens. But this is deceit and trickery. We'll keep pulling. Two of Cups, equal people. The divine feminine, the divine masculine. Four of Pentacles. The High Priestess. The Empress. The Ace of Wands. The Hermit. I'm doing a clarifier for the Seven of Swords. The King of Wands and this heartbreak at the bottom. He's aware of his past. He's aware of the things he's done, sleeping around, etc., etc., etc. But honestly, the cards speak for themselves, and I would honestly tell you, we've got these are the cards I'm looking for as a reader of what I want to see if he's actually healed that wound. This is more profound than I thought. This could lead into a longer video. Oh my God. This is why I love tarot. And this is why I love tarot for actually going, put my trauma and my insecurities and neuroses to one side and let me see the cards. Let me listen to the energy. He holds them on a pedestal. Now he does. He's healing the divine feminine, the divine masculine. There's still that aspect of him that is aware of his past. A card for how he thinks of women now. Economic growth. Not sustainable at the bottom. Liberation prevails. Liberation. He sees them as liberated beings. Take away the economic side of it. Take away, because this is of a governance deck, is this? But this is about growth. It's very similar to the Queen of Pentacles. Concedes defeat. Collective action. Oops. Right. Oh, Claire shocked herself here. How did he view women in the past? So how did he view women in the past? How did he view women in the past? Ooh, quite a few fell out there, so I'm gonna. How did he view women in the past? There's an overwhelm there, Seven of Pentacles. Very distant, not present. Not present could be with the, the stuff, alcohol and stuff. The Chariot, something to be pursued. Also, there's a notch on the bedpost energy with that. He got a kick out of who he was as a celebrity. He liked the chase. Temperance as well. We know there was addiction issues. The Ace of Pentacle. I feel as though that could be an energy of enjoying the pursuit and enjoying the act. Illusion, not understanding the feminine or the masculine, not understanding his own feminine, his own masculine. The Moon, there is shadow and illusion there. Page of Wands, naivety. And the Magician. Can I have a clarification? What comes after the Magician? Two of Pentacles. He wasn't solid in his sovereignty back in the past. I'm shocked. Clarifier for the magician. 7 of Wands are defensive. And the lack of self. I think his issues are drink and drugs and the stupid behaviour that he's done. I'm going to now look at the reason behind this trial. Okay. Bear with me. Just want to get my deck that oh God, throwing them all out here. Show me the energy behind this trial. Show me why it's coming. Show me the energy behind the trial. Show me the energy behind the trial. Show me the energy behind the trial. The burden. 8 of Swords, restrictive energy. Fast moving energy. 8 of Wands. The Page of Pentacles. Page of Swords. The 2 of Swords. Death and rebirth. The Sun. 6 of Pentacles. 4 of Cups. Very easy to say, oh, it's the deep state or the Voldemorts of the world. They do exist. I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling, let me pull a card from this deck, get it clear, Claire. It's interesting. I've just been into Gary and says, would you like to read on this? I was like, and I'm actually glad he said that because I have actually got something from this. Show me the energy behind this trial. Health regulation. I know there's been a lot of the stuff he said about the virus. Misuse of funds. Deal made. Beneficial impact. One more card. Trade war. There's another one to come in, is there? Internal adversary. Right. Okay. So why is this come to a head? I don't feel he's been punished. There could be an element of that, but I think this goes much deeper than, oh, it's a deep state after him. I think this is a really sad story, and I think there's a lot for us to learn from this. Those old aspects of us, whatever it was, that you may have dealt with and healed, but other people haven't, if that makes sense. Yeah, other people haven't. Or crimes have been committed and you've changed as a person, but that still needs to be answered. That's what I'm feeling. This is part of his own spiritual evolution. And it's the 4 of Cups that does it for me. This is his learning. Whatever it is he's chosen, this soul contract is a huge one. I don't think he's been taken down because of what he says online, because there's a lot of people say a lot worse online, to be quite honest, and they don't get taken down. It's very easy. Oh, he's getting taken down. That's just a get out of free jail card, is that? I'm afraid. It really is. And we've got to stop saying that as well, because that's just giving the powers that were way too much power. This is his spiritual journey. Show me the outcome for, yeah, 2 of Cups nearly popped out. It's more about his spiritual journey, about him wanting to learn about the feminine and the masculine, alcohol, drugs, etc. Show me the outcome for Russell of this trial. Show me the outcome for Russell for this trial that he's in now. Wheel of Fortune. The Moon. Trail. 10 of Swords. Judgment. Exposure. I feel it's going to get a lot of exposure. There's going to be a lot come out, a lot of salacious stuff come out, a lot of very private stuff comes out. Justice. Now, it depends how you look at justice. Is it justice for the victims? Is it justice for him? But whatever the outcome of this trial, it is justice. Okay, and sometimes I'll get clients that come to me that are going through going through like crimes or divorces or whatever. And I'll say to them, justice comes, and sometimes they'll contact me and say, yeah, but the other person won. And I'll say, yeah, but it's not about the courts. It's about what you've come as a soul to experience. It could be that you needed to learn and go through this experience to clear something. Therefore, my friend, it is justice. You have cleared something. Please look deeper. The Fool, the new beginning. Nine of Swords, anxiety and mental health. Again, he's getting the Five of Cups is his power card. Overwhelm, he may have to give money. There may be, I don't know. The Lovers. His religion, his faith will help him through it. Let me have do I need to clarify? Should we just let it play out? How will Russell feel at the end of this trial? Ace of Cups has nearly flipped out. And the King of Pentacles, I'm feeling that as it goes through, I hate to say it, but it feels like some of the evidence is quite weakened. I mean, Ace of Cups is happiness and self-care and self-love. Look, I've pulled cards on like Peter Sutcliffe and Jimmy Savile, as you know, from my other channel. And this ain't somebody that's like that. Queen of Cups, which is kindness and compassion. Five of Wands, there is a battle. But we've got King of Cups. So again, he's balancing his feminine, his masculine. Final card. Outcome for Russell Brand. The Moon illusion. We're not really meant to see it. Let's just go through the process. However, it does transpire. It's giving him an opportunity to step into his heart and to step into kindness. And if you were sat in front of me now, Russell, I would advise you to do that. To watch what content you give out. To just be mindful of it. The outcome of this case, the outcome of this trial, the outcome of this trial. The outcome of this trial. Pursuit of control. Concede defeat at the bottom. Outside the trusted circle. Keep getting that. We got that yesterday, didn't we, in our readings? Classified information, so there's things we're not going to be seeing. Crypto uncertainty. Take away the crypto uncertainty. It's very uncertain. Domestic priority and one more card. A facade of goodwill. What comes after that? A difficult decision. It's not a clear-cut case. I'm seeing the judge, whoever he or she is, and it's almost like they're kind of feeling this as well, that they're not dealing with a straight and dead band, that they're not dealing with what you deal with. Had you got him in court, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years ago, you'd have been dealing with a very different man. But I think you're dealing with a very different man now, and I think that's going to come across it's just very difficult. And sadly, a lot of these cases are very difficult. Anyway, to be continued. Sending love to all. Sending light to all. Thanks for watching. Love to all. Like, comment, share and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Welcome back to a hot topic reading. And we're going to talk Russell Brand. Russell Brand, who has just pleaded not guilty. Not guilty. What are the energies behind this? So, Russell Brand. Charismatic figure, one would say. He's achieved quite a bit in his life. Outgoing sort of individual. He's either guilty or he isn't. Or there's misinterpretation of his outgoing nature. Who knows? It's a difficult one, isn't it? Honestly, I've got to admit, he's not my cup of tea. He ain't my cup of tea as a person. But I'm going to try and do this reading as balanced as possible, as fair as possible. I may not like the outcome, but here we go. Just shuffling the cards. Oh, what are the energies behind Russell Brand's pleading not guilty? Is it as simple as the fact that he isn't guilty? Or is he hiding something? Is he trying to protect himself from the evidence that's against him? Oh, Five of Cups. Loss, sadness, disappointment. I think he's disappointed that it's got to this. He's disappointed that it's got to this. 100%. That other card came up. It was that one. Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords. So clarity, new ideas and communication. Is this a lack of communication somewhere along the way with how he behaved? As people misinterpreted how he's behaved? And I don't know, yeah, possibly. Let's clarify that one. Ace of Pentacles. Ambition, prosperity and opportunity. Well, is this the people, are they trying to prosper from this case somehow? It's a criminal case at this moment in time. It's a criminal case at this moment in time, but it could become a civil matter if an outcome isn't there, possibly. Right. That's not the way I was expecting it to go, I got to admit. Celebration. 9 of Cups. Good luck, happiness and abundance. Wow. Let's think about this then. So the energy of Russell Brand. We've got the 5 of Cups. So we've got loss, sadness, disappointment. We've got the Ace of Swords, which is all about clarity, ideas and communication. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is joy, creativity, of love. And we've got the 9 of Cups, which is about good luck, happiness and abundance. It's not the cards I generally would say for this kind of energy. Are people looking for some money out of this? Is it celebrity bashing? Is it as simple as that? He's potentially an easy target because of his ways and his womanising ways. He said himself he's slept with a lot of women. He's slept with a lot of women. He's a very misogynistic kind of man. And he's taken a path of repentance and he's found God. So that usually shows some kind of guilty conscience. But is it just a guilty conscience of his drug-taking, alcoholism, womanising ways? Taking advantage of his fame? Let's have a look. Page of Wands. Curiosity, creativity, enthusiasm. Has he been too enthusiastic in his life? Justice. Well, we thought that card may come out. Is it come out in the right way? Who's going to get justice? 11, fairness, finding balance, decision and legal matters. So, let's think about it, masculine and feminine. Who's going to get their justice? Is it going to be the feminine? Is it going to be masculine? Is it? Shall we go that simple kind of route? Let's see if we can get a masculine or feminine card. Ace of Wands. Passion, inspiration and manifestation. Wow. One more card just to see if I can get some kind of guidance. The The Six of Pentacles. Generosity, advancement, and good fortune. I think it's looking like Russell Brand's going to get off. Ambition, sorry. Inspiration, manifest passion. He's passionately innocent. He's a Six of Pentacles. This is good fortune. Come on, one more card. The Moon, 18. Secrets, illusion. Is there more to be said from this? Is he trying to? Are they trying to cancel Russell Brand? Is somebody trying to cancel Russell Brand? Is that what this is? The King of Cups. Love, balance, creativity. Wow. Last card. Queen of Cups. Yeah, I'm lost in this reading, I've got to say. Queen of Cups. I think we've got to show compassion and love to the people that have put this case against Russell Brand, but I don't think he's guilty in this case. I think there's a lot of energy behind there of people looking potentially for a buck in this. Obviously, at this moment in time, it's just a criminal matter. There's no money involved. It's all about establishing guilt or innocence. And remember, he is innocent until proven guilty. We've no idea what the evidence is at this moment in time. But we do know there's sufficient evidence for the CPS to raise charges. And we also know it is very difficult to get a rape case through the criminal courts. The CPS seem very reluctant to get enough evidence to be able to take a rape case to court. So they must have compelling evidence. Or is it a fact that he's a celebrity and they've got to be shown to dealing out justice? Innocent of guilt. 10 of Wands. It's going to be a burden he's going to have to carry, because unfortunately now he's been accused, it's going to stick to him. He's going to stick with him. I think he might likely be found innocent, but we will never know for sure whether he's guilty or not. Will he get that justice? I don't know. Will the people who have alleged his actions find justice? I don't know. Right then. Last card. King of Wands. I think he's going to get off. Let's put it that way. That's my inspiration on this one. Whether he's guilty or not, I think there's too much mystery. And with all these cases, it's always going to be he said, she said, I'm afraid. So it's going to be very difficult, if he is guilty, for the people who he's gone against to get that justice. Interesting though. Right then, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you on the next one. Ciao for now. So there we go. The videos have been watched. You've watched them. What did you think?
It's interesting, isn't it?
I couldn't believe we got the exact same first card. That was like, whoa. We may have read it slightly differently.
Yeah,
but...
well, yeah.
But yeah, we got the exact same card, which is like, whoa. And we got the two queens, didn't we? And I think the kings came up as well. I think the King of Cups came up and the Queen of Cups come up. I think again we read them quite differently. But yeah, it's a strange one. The moon card came up for both of us.
Yeah. I actually like doing this because a lot of the time you'll do a reading and afterwards you think, I wish I'd said that, or I felt these now. And you'll still get messages about it afterwards. And I think as well, this isn't just a lesson to him, this is a lesson to the women involved. Because you will have had women chasing celebrity. It does happen. I think there's a lesson in here for both men and women, and for him and the other women involved. But it also shows us as well, I think, that we have to clean our filters before reading on anyone. Even if you idolise someone, I think. Because if you're like, no, they're my superhero, they are the saviour of the world. You know, like when I read on Diana, I loved Diana. And when I read on Diana, she had shadow. And I think it's important when you're reading on something, you don't always get it right, because sometimes your own stuff comes in. But yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, I want the cards to show he was guilty, because I'm not his biggest fan. I've got to say,
Hates him, actually.
I don't hate. Hate's a strong word.
I know.
Hate's a strong word. I don't like him. I think he's a knob. But other than that, you know, you'd like to think, oh, this is going to prove my point. This is what's in my head. But you can't do that. Otherwise, there's just no point doing a channel. You've got to be fair. If I just tell you what I think, what's the point of pulling cards? I might as well just tell you what I think. You know what I mean? So yeah.
And that's why I like cards. That's why I like cards, because even for your own self, I think, you know, when you're going through stuff and you pull the cards, if you're being accountable and you're willing to listen to the cards, they can be a great teacher.
A really good one. I didn't put it on the channel event at the end, but Liverpool played in the, whatever it's called, the Carabao Cup final in February, I think it was, and I did a reading for it. And obviously, I'm a Liverpool fan. I wanted them to win, and I saw that they were going to win in the cards because that's what I wanted to see. But when you really looked at the cards, you realised they weren't going to win. You know what I mean? But I wanted them to win, so that's what I picked up in the cards. So that's what you've got to be really careful of when you're looking at them. And then when you start looking at the cards and you've got an idea in your head of, I want this outcome, and you're trying to twist the cards to your outcome.
I think it happens. I think sometimes it happens innocently. I think it's possibly happened a lot with the Trump thing. There was a big thing when he got in, a lot of readers that had said, no, he's going to lose, but also timelines cancel it. Yeah, I think it's a big teaching moment. I think tarot can be a great healing tool. I think tarot wants to be a healing tool. It's not about deep, dark and dangerous tarot readings and ripping people a new arsehole. It's about actually trying to learn about something. And when I'd finished, I was like, okay, I'm not a big Russell Brand fan. He's just never really brought anything that I did used to watch his videos when he changed. But then obviously when all this came in, I was like, ooh.
Step back.
Yeah, obviously, which, if you're not sure of something, I should step back. But yeah, we will have to see how it unravels. Yeah,
it could be a long, long, winding road. And I think that's possibly why the cards are a bit vaguer. Because, like you said, timelines can shift. We don't know what the evidence is. As I said in my video, there must be compelling enough evidence for it to actually reach the trial. But then on the flip side, you start thinking about, well, no, he's a celebrity. If this was Joe Bloggs down the street, would it have reached the trial with that evidence? We don't know. We can't work it out. We haven't got that information. And we shouldn't really discuss that bit. We haven't got the evidence to discuss, so all we can use is the intuition and the tools of the cards, or your bias.
Yeah, I've seen him in a different light now.
We'll see. It's interesting.
I think as well it depends on whether they want somebody to come to trial. I really do believe that. I remember years ago there was was it my dad had an axe thrown through the back of his car, and they didn't want to take fingerprints off of it. And my dad was like, yeah, but if somebody got murdered, you'd do it. Like, oh, yeah. And it's like, well, why can't you do it now? And I get why they can't, but it's still, you know, it's like when they want to, they do. Without a shadow of a doubt. And when I say they, I don't mean the you-know-whatters. I mean the system itself. When somebody wants to bring it, you find a way. What, you know what I mean? If this had been a porter or a cleaner, would, you know, who knows? But it can also work the different way, where actually is that it is famous and we don't want to bring it up. So this is a very multi-layered situation that we're going through. And I feel, and I don't know about you from looking at the cards, that it's about stepping into your heart with non-judgment.
I think it is. I think we've got to not be judgmental with these situations. You've almost got to be the juror of the case and go in there completely, what's the word? Neutral, that's the word. You've got to be completely neutral and weigh the evidence that comes your way. And obviously we've got the cards as being our evidence, but that's not real evidence.
No.
So we've got to see that evidence that plays out in court. And that would be the interesting thing. Is there sufficient evidence? And the cards say possibly not.
Like I got that as well, didn't I? That it's possibly not, and as it unravels his trial, it could get more and more obscure, and it ends up possibly getting to a stage where it's like, what is this doing in court?
I think it'll end up litigation. It'll end up in civil, a civil case. That's what I was kind of intuiting. Unfortunately, that's the way these cases end up. Unfortunately, because you'll tend to find that it's very difficult to get that sufficient evidence in a he said she said case, which don't make it right or wrong, but it is what it is. But you don't need as much evidence when you start taking it to a civil proceedings. So that's where it ends up more likely to find out the truth in a civil proceedings rather than a criminal proceeding.
Yes. Interesting.
Yeah.
So, we can't promise we're going to do these every week. I don't think we've got the time at the minute. But if and when a good story comes in, a grabber.
God, I've got something here.
And once we've got we'll see how it goes. But I'm not going to, because I know I do some stuff every week. We both do some stuff every week, but it'll come in as and when we think, Yeah, because
it's a bit extra work, isn't it? It's not too bad just doing the pre-video and the post-video, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
Let us know if you've enjoyed this video, the two different aspects. Let me know I'm a mucky bugger for leaving my jumper there. Just been the chair behind us the other day. And I'm supposed to have cleaned up this morning. Yeah. Please like if you like. Comment. Let us know your feelings on this. May regret that, but let's let us know how you feel about this case. There's so many different layers. I think it's going to be a lot to unwrap, but it is what it is. It's it's important because there's people's lives and people's well-being are wrapped up in this. So
thanks for watching.
Yeah,
see you in the next one. Bye.
So long.